At the northern end of Lake Chelan is the town of Stehekin. What makes this town so special is it is only accessible by boat, float plane, or by foot.
Yeah, man!
See it!
Not to mention it has a world-famous bakery. This summer I set out to explore Stehekin for myself. Joining me are my friends Steph.
Full exposure of Hades fire.
Tim.
Oh, my weight's so heavy.
Sam.
I'm not ready to sell my feet yet.
And Kim, who unfortunately couldn't be here with us in person.
Listen, Kim, you freeloader.
Together, we set off on the Lakeshore Trail, a very exposed 17-mile hike over 3 days to Stehekin.
That heat, yo, exposed. Keyword in the description.
And let me tell you, it wasn't easy.
I will give them all my money to take me on a boat. 2 snakes within like 50 meters. My God. It's a struggle. This one's actually been quite the struggle.
Expanded.
There's a whole nother day of this. Howdy team, my name is Tatiana and everyone calls me Tats. In this car though, everyone calls me Tots, so you're gonna be hearing that a lot. Today starts the day where we go on our 3-day backpacking trip to this small town called Stehekin. Today is just a travel day. We go to the town of Chelan. Yeah, it's about a 4-hour drive. We gotta make a pit stop to charge a Tesla and then we'll make it to the campsite. Here we go.
Let's make this part quick, shall we? We drove from Concrete with a quick stop in Leavenworth before making it to Lake Chelan, where we set up camp near the ferry terminal. We had a mildly bad experience at this place before heading to bed. At 6 a.m. the next day, we're up, packed, and ready to head to the boat.
Now I'm a big girl. So we've just parked. There's long-term parking just across the street in like this like gated area. I paid $11 a day. I don't know if you do, that's how much you're gonna be paying, but that's what we paid. So now we're gonna go, I guess, check in, and then we're just gonna wait to get on the boat. So you can obviously like just take the boat straight to Stehekin, but we don't want to do that. We wanted to do the hike, and of course then once we get there, then we'll take the boat back. Is there coffee?
On there, yeah. There's hot coffee on there.
Are you going to Prince also?
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you follow her.
Alright. Timothy's
Tatiana Ragsdale.
Okay.
Right on, thank you.
Yep, thank you guys.
Thank you.
It looked like we're the only people that were doing the hike.
Yeah.
That worked, right? Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Ciao. Thank you. Safe trip to Stehekin. Right? Yee. So we just got off the boat. We were a little concerned that we'd be behind on time because this morning they had to swap from the express boat to the bigger boat, and we thought maybe it'd go a little bit slower, but it timed out quite nicely actually. So we're starting the hike. It's roughly, I want to say like 11 miles to the first campsite that we're going to be staying at. There's so many different resources out there that all say something just like a little bit different, so we're just planning for 11 miles. We'll get them when we get there, and yeah, it wasn't a bad ride actually. Not a bad ride at all. The campground that we're going to is called Moore Point, and yeah, this is gonna be a hot one. Very, very hot one.
Excited to hit the trail, I don't think we realized how hot it was actually gonna be.
For what? Half an hour? How we feel? Has it been a half hour? I don't know. I just feel like it has. Oh, if that? Yeah, half hour. Yeah. That heat, yo, exposed. Keyword in the description, exposed. There's also rattlesnakes on this trail, and we haven't run into any. Fingers crossed we don't. But I don't know about you. Do you guys keep hearing stuff rustling in the bushes and it freaks you out? Yeah.
Morale was still high and we pushed forward. Eventually, we reached some switchbacks which led us up and away from the lakeshore. The only downside about this was that there was no cool breeze off the lake, making what was already once a really, really hot hike even hotter. We reluctantly had to take break after break after break. I called them the no shame shadow breaks because that's what they were. That's what we needed to do in order to be able to complete this hike. The downside of that was we had to be extremely realistic with our timeline.
I think we're like
1.4 miles per hour.
I was gonna say, I think we're at about like
1.3, 1.4 if you're
Yeah.
counting brakes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So
Do it in
the reason I'm
6.
so cool with it is just because we actually just ate through a very significant chunk of elevation on that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but depending if like we have to go down, then up again, then down and up again.
Yeah, there'll be
This
plenty
is
of
also
that.
high sun.
This is
But
true.
yeah, this is just...
So this is the worst of it for today.
Thank
because
God.
This is high sun.
Yep.
Is Kimmy still there?
Kimmy's still there.
She's squashed.
Love you, Kimmy.
Something I couldn't even bring myself to tell the camera because I was afraid if I spoke it out loud, it would actually happen. But with each step, I was fighting the urge to faint or fighting the urge to absolutely just vomit everywhere. The heat didn't take a toll on just the body, but the mind as well. Having to convince myself with each step not to succumb to the heat and pass out was draining. But we had no choice. We couldn't afford to pass out. There was no going back.
Oh my gosh, we reached Rex Creek, which is like the first real creek that you can like reach and, you know, refill water bottles and stuff. Oh, I just wanted to bathe in it. So bloody hot.
We're doing better than I thought we were. That's where you said we were at. Yep. Way better.
Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Hey, bear.
So we're in like the halfway kind of like realm, so we've decided to stop for some food right by a creek. I'm not gonna lie, it's a struggle. This one's actually been quite the struggle, and it's mostly due to the heat. It just takes it right out of you, you know, and yeah, it's like a lovely, beautiful hike and everything, but the heat really, really, really gets you. And again, like we planned for this. It's not like we didn't expect it or anything, but doing it is just so much more. It's just so much more. But yeah, we're gonna have some snacks now before continuing on.
Later.
So I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't doing good there. So I couldn't even bring myself to film. I was just feeling so overheated. But now we're fed and watered, so I feel actually a lot better, and we're cooled down by the water. But now we basically have to do exactly what we did, but again. And I'm telling you, that first time was already really, really hard, so this is gonna be a push. Rattlesnake. That's true, and they're coming, yeah, could be coming out for this.
And it was a baby, so it didn't quite sound like it should. It sounded almost like a bug.
Oh God. Where is it? Not here? Where is it? I hope.
It went into those bushes there.
Okay. Giving it a wide berth. Oh, and then there's bear scat right there. Great.
We were very wary as we continued walking, and not 1 minute after our first rattlesnake, we encountered another.
2 snakes within like 50 meters. My gosh. This is truly one of the hardest things I've done in a really, really long time. And like, the sun is just about behind the mountaintop, but it's not giving up. It's relentless. It's absolutely relentless. And now this area that was all burnt down, there's nowhere to escape it. Even in the last hour, it's just, oh, so hot. I can barely even lift the camera. Like, I'm so exhausted. But we can't even stop because it's so grassy here. We've seen 2 snakes already, one of them being a rattlesnake for sure. So we can't stop, we have to keep going. I'm on the verge of tears, I swear. I feel like...
Tell quite what it was, or maybe it's just quail. get a kick out.
It might land better now that
Yeah.
older.
My palate is a little expanded.
There's a whole nother day of this.
I think you said we're
Do you guys remember yesterday when you were like, this is so much fun? Yay!
It is fun. It's just also horrible.
Hard work.
It's just painful, but it's fun. Pain.
Fun pain.
They're masochists.
They're polishing. Listen, Kim, you freeloader. We're out here suffering. Are you gonna ride?
The sun was less than 30 minutes from setting behind the mountains. I couldn't have been more excited. I watched in anticipation, not realizing that the moment the sun went behind the mountain and my body started to cool off, that all the other pain I had been suppressing was brought to the surface. I could not walk. I didn't realize how sore my feet were, not to mention my left leg was starting to seize. I do have some nerve damage that causes this, and I was expecting it eventually. Tim, the true hero of the story, saw my struggle and was kind enough to carry my camera as we descended towards Moore Point Campground.
I will give them all my money to take me on a boat. I'm actually going to offer. I do not know if I can do it. You guys.
I was telling Steph, I'm not ashamed to bitch out if we can catch a ride.
Yeah.
I'm here for fun.
If
It's
that
not
is-
bitching
if that is
out.
an option.
No, it's not. It's just like
it's just an adventure.
It is, and it's just kind of like how it went. I'm seizing right now, which means tomorrow I'm going to be seized. Like, I don't know if I can make it down another hill. Like, I actually don't know. I'm glad we didn't die, but you know, that was horrible.
Yeah.
I figured I'd give it a night before I made my final decision.
Everything hurts and I'm sad.
That evening, we only had enough energy to set up camp, cook food, go for a quick dip before heading to bed.
Like, I feel relatively good except for this leg.
So as much as we were wanting to quit yesterday, or at least as much as I was wanting to quit yesterday and would have paid any sort of money for some boat to come pick me up, I think we're feeling a lot better today. And we're gonna go suffer yet again. The website says it's going to be shorter than yesterday, but there's a lot more up. So realistically, it's the same amount of suffering. So, you know, there's that. Today when I took my shoes off, the blisters were pretty bad. I have a giant blood blister on the back of my foot. But then also my toes are just like sore. Right, I would not be surprised if I lose a nail or two. This is gonna be rough, let me tell you, because it's already like almost 10 and it's hot. Even Kimmy's getting a little blood blister.
Even Kimmy.
I wish I would have brought.
And we're off.
12 seconds later.
Seriously, I've been going for like 5 minutes and I'm dying. I can't even walk properly because of the blister. Tim, I swear to God, this is gonna take me like 12 hours.
The night prior, I was ready to throw in the towel. Even though today my feet were hurting, the trail was not nearly as exposed, and at the beginning, at least, I was enjoying myself. We even found a terribly hidden geocache.
Make sure to register. Feel free to leave comments or not. Can I leave my backpack?
Anything fun in there?
Does anyone eat Pepto-Bismol?
Does anybody need what?
Pepto? There's Band-Aids and hand sanitizer. What's this one? Oh,
Should we leave something?
Kimmy.
No.
I'm joking.
Oh, there's little like fairy lights. Do they work?
They do.
They work?
They work.
Should we take fairy lights? We have to leave something if we take something.
Yes. Yeah.
What's that?
Put this in a side.
A wine corkscrew.
Nice. Okay.
Should we leave that?
Sure.
We did it for the bakery. Happy backpacking.
Of DB's Cooper's money.
That's funny.
Sure. Lovely trail that's hotter than schmotter. Yeah, okay, that's right. Group of 2 here suffering in the heat, but loving every minute.
Lies.
Full lies. Okay, who's gonna write something?
I'm gonna write something.
Timmy and Kimmy.
Yeah.
There.
That's okay. Okay, well, 4 hikers suffering happily together for sun, wheat, and baked goods. Yes.
Enjoy our corkscrew. Goodbye,
Goodbye, little
Norwegian cat.
And we're off again. Woo, woo, woo. I'm actually going to take a minute to say that it's actually not as horrendous as yesterday. I'm not jinxing it yet, but I also thought it was going to be really switchbacky right off the top, and it hasn't been. It's been up, but it's not switchback.
Go up a switchback.
Yeah, watch. This is right when it becomes exposed. Yeah, man. We can see it. It's still far, but we can see it. We're actually a little bit more than halfway. It's been not too bad. There hasn't been very dramatic ups, which is something Steph pointed out. And also the majority of the trail has actually been in the shade. So it's been quite tolerable, even though we are kind of now at the heat of the day. So knowing that we have like 3 miles left is such a godsend, like such a relief. Sam, how's your day going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Even though we're raw and ragged, it's still better than yesterday.
Still better than yesterday.
While the heat was a bit more tolerable today, eventually the pain in my feet was not.
Don't need no feet. We got a mile left, if that. And it is so painful. Oh my God. It's like my body knows we're almost there, so it's just shutting down. It's so hard to like muster the energy and the strength to push through the pain to continue. Like, wow.
I really thought I'd make it this day without having to play so many mental games. But in literally the last mile, I reached what I have recently learned is called the wall. It is the point at which people quit. Boy, let me tell you, if it weren't for Tim taking my camera again, I probably would have slumped onto the ground like a child and sobbed. But with less than a mile to go, to save face in front of the rest of the group, I pressed on. Even though internally I was having a pity party for myself, I did cry. Finally, we made it.
To the campsite. I legit was crying for the last like 300 feet. It wasn't good. I'm not good. It's not good. But we made it, so yay.
Well done.
Good job.
Tots has the feet planter footage now.
Yeah, I do. Do you want to show yours off? How's it going over there?
It's good.
You feel like death?
I'm not ready to sell my feet yet.
Aww.
I'm bashful.
How do you think I was gonna afford this trip? I was gonna sell your feet on Food Finder. My God. I want to give MVP to Tim for carrying my camera for like half the way. And whiny little bitch award goes to me. Because I couldn't fucking do it. The wind's gonna make it quite loud, but we basically set up and now we're just gonna go for a dip in the lake because we hurt everywhere.
Stehekin. We made it. As anticlimactic as it seemed, I know we felt so accomplished. It was time to just enjoy. We would visit the famous bakery tomorrow as it was closed, so we ate at the lodge at Stehekin instead. The food was fast and flavorful.
Hey, can I try some of that?
I was gonna say, talk about a pink tax.
I was a thick noodle.
Having ate dinner, we headed back to camp to relax. But there was one last thing to deal with before we could put up our feet.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, girl, this is so deep. This is gonna be fine.
Oh my Lord.
Look, so this is an antiseptic towel. We're gonna.
Surprisingly, I did not.
Ooh.
My God.
Juicy.
Yeah. And then what we do is you need an exit drain.
That does sting. I just need to rock a little bit.
There you go.
Oh wow, pain brings you pleasure.
Yay. Masochism.
Everyone, cheer on the good old Steph. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I haven't looked at the back. Let me drink it again.
So after not a very restful amount of sleep, we're gonna catch the shuttle on the bakery, the famous bakery that's here in Stehekin.
Make yourself at
How much?
This bakery is $5 for the round trip. And I turn around the Highbridge at 9, so I'll be back at the bakery around 9:30 or something if you want to catch the ride back down here.
The bus ride was only like 8 minutes from town, and he'll be back in about an hour and a half, which will time out well for the campsite. Stuff here is priced pretty well, and we're about to dig in. It's people do this hike to come to Stehekin for this bakery, so I'm really excited to be able to experience this. Wow. The answer is yes. Wow.
I think.
Pesto, basil, mustard. Wow. I really wasn't in a savory mood, and now I'm like in a savory mood.
Yeah, get you in the savory.
Holy cow. Way good. I'll tell you right now, that place absolutely slaps. Like, the hike may have been hell, but that pastry shop made it all worthwhile. Like, everything was tasty and everything was moist. Everything was, it was so good. And I'm not just saying this for the video. It was like a one-in-a-lifetime type of bakery. You know, you only find a few of those ever. So good. Oh, you guys are so cute.
Yeah.
Hi, Kimmy.
Little blossom.
Mom. Final thoughts. The people are great.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking beautiful out here. Oh, you're gonna have to bleep that out.
Fluffin'.
It's fluffin' beautiful. The first part of the hike was pretty rough. Still worth it though. You should do it.
Mama.
I like the water. Yeah, water is my highlight.
Okay, so it was a great hike. It's hot.
Yeah.
Like hot. And when they say full exposure, they mean like full exposure of Hades fires. But the hike itself isn't terrible. I had a terribly fun time. Second day is better than the first.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And the final campground's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And the people are 2 billion out of 10. Would always hang again.
Waiting.
Oh yeah.
Kim, what did you think of the trail?
It was great. I loved it.
Hanging off Stephanie's backpack was the best part.
Watching everyone get blisters was awesome. And yeah, the first day definitely was a little bit hell, and I almost bailed on the second day, but didn't, thanks to the team here, and I actually probably wouldn't have been able to do it without the people. So do it with friends, otherwise it's just torture.
Just as long as we don't get stuck anywhere.
Tent it! If you want to stay right here. I went through all my shit, and I have no workout top and feel like I'm pregnant. It smells like shit.
Because the toilets are right back there.
Really close to the porta potty and the lines blocked.
Gone it.
Like 2 hours straight.
Fat burn zone. Another one.
Another one.
Another one. How does this?
Done.
Sorry, you gotta say it again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you put that sock on.
It's like
Smell like
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
so that she was so happy for you to be in pain. A movie character that I vibe with as much as I vibe with Dr. Evil.
worth
Bring
it.
a boat.
Yeah.
Just bring a boat.
Just take the ferry.
Just take the ferry.
Just take the ferry.
Yeah.